Sixmilebridge for what is the Under-21A hurling semi-final between Sixmilebridge and Eire. The evenings have closed in. You wouldn't put a duck out in the incessant rain that's there, but there's still plenty of action to go over the next week. There's the final of this. Eire or Callinan are going to meet the winners in Garteen on Sunday, and there's still an Under-21B final that Eire are definitely through to in football on next Wednesday in Garteen as well. We'll deal with this one first though, because these two teams have been eagerly awaiting this fixture for a while. Eire obviously involved in Munster club action in both hurling and football, but they have a full complement with them tonight. We'll get to the teams in a second. I just want to introduce, I've got Father Christmas with myself here. It's Derek Dormer.
You said you wouldn't bring a duck out, but yet you brought me out. That's great on a night like this.
I'm glad you left Santa's workshop to join us here in the
I'm in the festive
Park.
spirit one. I'm in the festive spirit.
Well, we're hoping who will have the festive honours at the end of this Under-21 Championship. It's a very prestigious competition. We were just having a chat about it off air. It's one of those outside of the senior that you really want to have, and particularly for Eire and Sixmilebridge in general could do with a boost after maybe a kind of a below par senior year. Eire coming off the back of the Munster club defeats could just do with a little bit of a finish that season on a high.
Yeah, and look, it's the closest competition we have to senior. You know, and the standard of the Under-21A would be, and I mean no disrespect, but pretty higher than the intermediate and Premier Intermediate. You know, you're looking at senior club players, lads who've won Canon Hamiltons for Eire. You know, and it gives you the injection of youth, and if you can get an Under-21A title, you know you're not far off the mark when you're chasing Canon Hamilton come next year. So it's a huge competition. Knockout games, it just adds to it. And look, the weather is going to make a difficult night for hurling, but it's still going to be a cracking game.
Well, that's the hope anyway. We'll deal with the home side first, because Sixmilebridge are wearing their traditional yellow and blue. We've got Mark Sheedy in goals. Number 2 is Mark Mullins. Full-back is Oisin Breen. And number 4 is Fikra O'Brien. The half-back line of Dara Fitzgerald, Matthew O'Halloran and Jack O'Halloran. In midfield, we have Callum Phelan and another Jack O'Halloran. A half-forward line of Rory Chaplin, Seamus O'Connell and Conor Gilligan. And a full-forward line of Zach Phelan, Fionn Hayes and Daniel Chaplin. And for Eire, in red and white, we've got Keane Howard in goal. Luke Pine, Fionn Tracy and Killian Maroney make up the full-back line. Rian Mulcahy, Robert Loftus and Jack Lynch are the half-back line. A midfield pairing of Darren Maroney and Niall Doyle. A half-forward line of Tom Kavanagh, Conor Pearl and David Loftus. And a full-forward line of Owen O'Regan, Mark O'Cleary and James O'Dwyer. And just looking down through those
some
teams,
household names already, you know.
There is between Eire and their run for the senior, but also Clare's that have won maybe an All-Ireland minor with Clare in the last couple of years as well. So, look, you'd be hoping that obviously those would be the shining lights tonight.
Oh yeah, the quality players. I mean, you just go through the two teams. They both have a huge central spine, powerhouses of midfielders, up and down players. You know, like box to box as you'll call them. Like they'll be up and down, involved in all the action, and two good goalkeepers. It's set for a right tussle between the Bridge and Eire. I mean, that when you say that's enough to get you here.
What about the home advantage? Because obviously Sixmilebridge have a longer to wait because Eire's involvement in the Munster club, and that only finished there on Sunday. So, like, what about home advantage here? Obviously, they'll know every blade of grass, if there's any blade of grass left. It's kind of soggy as I walked over this evening there, but you know they'll know every inch of this place.
They will. I think the weather negates it on, to be honest, because it for me. The weather will dictate the winners, and it's not like who handles the weather the best, who's ball handling, especially your first touch. Can you get the ball in 1-2 touches, get it into the hand and keep it moving? Discipline, that'll be a factor. So the home pitch, I think the weather has negated that, and Eire like the Bridge as well, so it'll be interesting.
Well, they do, because they beat Lockmore Castleiney here only a couple of weeks ago.
Similar kind of weather front.
But I don't even think it was this bad, I'll be totally honest. The substitutes and the Hurley boys and everyone are leaving the field. Fergal O'Brien from Broadford is going to be the referee this evening, a very experienced man in the middle, and they're going to need it here because
and he's not whistle happy on, which is important, especially in a night like this.
Yeah,
I hope I haven't given him the curse now.
Well, you've given enough about referees in the past, so we'll hopefully it goes. So who is going to join Eire Kilnamona in Sunday's final? We're about to find out as Fergal O'Brien throws in the ball, and this semi-final is underway, and already there's a major ruck around the centre. There must be 7 or 8 players in there, but Fergal isn't putting his hand on the whistle. It's the Bridge that get it by, and it's Jack O'Halloran, the Clare minor from this year, that gets that ball away. He gets it out to the far side. Dara Fitzgerald putting it down the line, and again you can already see the players are trying to mind their footing here because it is quite tricky. It's Robert Loftus gets the ball over here on the far side of Tareen Mulcahy, his senior teammate. He plants the ball down into the corner. They'll be looking for Mark O'Cleary, and he finds Mark O'Cleary, but immediately you can see that Fiachra O'Brien is going to be his marker for the day. Fiachra O'Brien played in midfield for the last game, so when you saw him at number 4, you knew he was going to be going in on Mark O'Cleary, and that's exactly where he's honed in on. And again, there's another ruck, and say, Derek, we come in for a night of rucks here. Mightn't be the highest score in the game, you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, you got to credit the referee even already. Like, there's 2 big rucks, and he hasn't blown his whistle. He hasn't decided to throw it in. He's letting the game develop. But what was interesting on is both teams, we'll say, have had the 1 possession each, and they tried to use the ball. Sixmilebridge went crossfield, so did Eire, trying to pop it to a player. Even in these conditions, they're sticking to their principles.
Yeah, and they're sticking the ball to the ground at the moment anyway, because it just barely got on over the line. It's going to be a throw-in, is it? Yeah, because they couldn't even decide where the ball even went out over the line at this stage. It's just going to be that kind of an evening, but ball is thrown in. It's down in the Sixmilebridge side. That'll please Eire most, and the ball is put inside there. It does get away to Conor Purley, finds a little bit of space, finds Darren Maroney. If there's a man that's going to score, oh, that's a brilliant offload there. He gets the ball away, and that's just going to drift to the right and wide, and Luke Hine there bursting through. We saw him in the football this year making a burst, but
yeah, it's I think number 2 on his jersey kind of signified this shot attempt, in fairness. Lovely pop pass from Maroney, great run from Pine through the centre. Probably should have split the post one. Even in weather like this, it was straightforward enough opportunity, but Bridge on the attack now. Yeah,
they are. It was Dara Fitzgerald that got it down there. It's now ball into the corner. Quite looks like it's going to be picked up by an Eire man, but he went out over the ball, and it's going to be another little ruck here. There's an opportunity here for the Bridge to try and score. It's going to be a little bit difficult. They're going to try and find some space here. And again, there's pressure immediately on, and it's going to be a free out for Eire, and they just get away with that one because it seems that the wind is going to be favouring Eire in this opening half. It's not a major factor in the game, but the incessant rain that's falling down does make it a little easier to play into that goal. Now, we're going to see.
But every ball is going to stick. Look, physicality is going to dictate here, and the rucks are going to be crucial.
Rian Mulcahy gets it down towards Mark O'Cleary, and Mark O'Cleary's already away from Fiachra. Oh, and that's going to be a good score, and it is, and it's Mark O'Cleary that opens the score in here. He gets off the mark here. We're 3 minutes into the tie, and it's thank God the scores are on the board, and we're up and away in this under 21A semi-final.
Lovely pick-up from Cleary. In the conditions, like he spilled the first one, but he got his body behind it, protect himself. Second time attempt, picked it up, bought himself a yard of space on, and he showed Luke Pine how to split the posts.
Yeah, Matty O'Halloran now moving the ball, and again, underfoot conditions, very, very treacherous here. It was Jack O'Halloran, the other Jack O'Halloran, more famous, I suppose, for playing for Bridge United, that tried to get up on that one, but it's Eire that move away, and it's Robert Loftus plays that ball down on here to the left wing, and that's Darren Maroney. Darren Maroney, it's kind of an ambitious one. The goalkeeper comes, Mark Sheedy. Ball goes wide. It's a second wide for Eire. They won't be too concerned with it, but probably not a percentage shot in a night like this.
Definitely not a percentage shot on most days. It's a touchline shot from under the stand, but he'd no real options inside. And look, it's so difficult out there at the moment that we cannot emphasise how heavy that rain is, and it's very, very hard on the legs, and then to arrange the body for the shot from that angle, a difficult task.
Yeah, Rory Chaplin getting that ball down into the corner, but it's Eire again picking up the pieces, and again it's David Loftus giving it to his older brother Robert, and Robert down the wing here. He's dictating a lot of ball in these early stages, but it's Jack O'Halloran that picks up possession. He was obviously a minor winner this year with Sixmilebridge, and a minor winner that got to an All-Ireland final with Clare. That one just a little bit loose, goes out over the line. An opportunity here for Tom Kavanagh to try and start up another attack. It's Conor Pearl, finds a bit of space, delivers inside, but he looks like he's going to find the free man. He actually passes Matty O'Halloran, but that's where Fiachra O'Brien is, and he gets the ball away ahead of Mark O'Cleary for once. But he is, and Mark O'Cleary persists and gets the ball back off him. He's looking for a little bit of assistance from the referee, but you're not going to win an easy free here tonight. But a great little pick up there from Fiachra O'Brien. A former Clare minor, Clare under 20 this year. So Jack O'Halloran has nearly been horsed out over it. You will do well to see that one in Thomond Park. And it's an opportunity for the
10
Bridge
points
to
win this one. I'd say in these conditions, it's going to be hard. Scores are going to be very hard earned, and so discipline is key. And with Fergal O'Brien, you're not going to get a soft free anyway. But both teams are trying to play the game like the way they're set up to, moving the ball, popping it through the lines. I think whoever opens the shoulders and drops it in at the edge of the square might profit best tonight.
Yeah, I think they're looking for viewers on Stream Sports, so I don't want to be telling them it's going to be 10 points to win this game. We'll say double it just to make sure it's more entertaining. There is a first shot here from the Bridge. Does it go over? No, it's just gone to the right and wide for Seamus O'Connell. The captain just hitting that one slightly to the right and wide. And it's a missed opportunity for the Bridge here because we're 6 minutes into the tie, still to get underway. And now that ball under David Loftus. He's been star and roll for St. Flannan's College this year. Now Oisin Breen comes away with that ball down into the corner. Now it's a good pick up there from Conor Murphy and gets that ball away. Ball falls to Zach Phelan. Zach is just finding it difficult to get away from. He's got 4 red jerseys around him. He could do with a bit of assistance. There's none of them really coming through immediately. But ball does get away. And again, look at the scramble there.
Ground, maybe.
Jack Lynch just been horsed out of it. Hard to pick up the ball. You'd nearly be promoting ground hurling here at the moment just to get that ball out of the ruck, but it eventually comes and it's Luke Pine. He's going to probably win a free here.
Free. No,
says Fergal O'Brien.
Fergal O'Brien is correct. He tried to buy the free one. It's great work from both teams, in fairness.
Oh, and it's Fionn Hayes that wins a free. He's noted man for the singing, and he certainly got a tune out of that one because he's got one in a free. It's going to be a first opportunity here for Seamus O'Connell to get his name on the scoreboard. Just missed one from play just minutes earlier, but that's a good free for Fionn Hayes and a great opportunity. I think frees are going to be a key factor tonight, Derek.
Oh, going to be massive one. Absolutely massive. The engineering of them, the winning of them, and the converting of them will probably decide the outcome because scores are going to be hard to get in these conditions.
Now, O'Connell, as you could hear the damp slap of the sliotar, but it does put it over. It's one apiece here. 7 minutes gone in this under 21A semi-final. The ball down between Dara Fitzgerald and looks like David Loftus here. But again, there's a bit of a ruck and it's gone away, and Loftus does get it away, and that's a great opportunity here. The ball's played in over the top and he's looking for Mark O'Cleary, and why wouldn't he after his form he's been in this season? Doesn't go to hand though, and it's another ruck ball. And who's going to be able to win all these ones? Who do you think? Bridge look to be probably a more physical team, Derek, just in the overall sense of it.
They do probably look more physical, but Eire are so used to the ruck ball.
Yeah. And they played a lot of winter hurling.
And especially, they've had that run with the senior team all the way. And they saw Ballygunner up close and personal. Eire, even in conditions like this, both teams are still trying to execute that, and it's to avoid the rucks. That's the key. So the movement of the ball is what's necessary. Not short through the hands. I'd be advocating to go long. Just mix it up because the conditions are so hard to play against. Yeah, there was a free there for Sixmilebridge for over-carrying for Mark O'Cleary. Brought up for a little bit of mouthing, according to Fergal O'Brien, and now it's probably unlikely to be a scoring opportunity unless he can give this absolute welly. He's inside his own 65, so going to be a difficult opportunity. But if he can put it in around the mix there, certainly they'll be hopeful of getting the score, and he does nearly have the distance. Robert Loftus doesn't exactly get it into the hand at first, and again that pickup was used, but it's going to be a scramble here, and a very, very important one, and it's Eire that do pick up the ball and try and get that ball away. And Fergal O'Brien has said that there's a hurley, the helmet is off, and so it's he's just going to get an indirect free. Indirect free kick, but indirect free. Look, you saw there when the free dropped short, the edge of the square, the panic, the bodies around it. I mean, one of them can end up in the onion sack in the blink of an eye, and that could have a huge bearing on the final outcome. Yeah, well, we'll see where this free can land. Rian Mulcahy giving it lows down there. He's again looking for Mark O'Cleary. This time the free goes with Mark O'Cleary. Look, and you can see what Fico O'Brien is saying. It was an accident, but it is still a trip. He kind of tangled with him at the last moment, and an opportunity now for... He was touch tight, in fairness to Fico O'Brien. He has been touch tight to Mark O'Cleary all night. He's obviously the designated man marker, and maybe just a bit too tight. To stand off 1 yard even in conditions like this, because the first touch isn't probably going to gather the ball, and then you make contact as he tries his second touch. Yeah, well, it's Conor Pearl that's going to
take this one. It's the first opportunity at a free for Eire. 10 minutes gone here, and should be fairly in his range. Absolutely. Goes straight over, and Eire just go back into a slight lead here. 2 points to 1. The crowd not getting too excited yet. Now, Mark Sheedy gets that restart and gets it fairly long, relying on the conditions, and it's a great take from Rory Chaplin, and he's going to have a shot at the post here, but it's going to come short. Oh, and it's one that Keane Howard has to come out to. Does manage to do it and gets that ball away. He is looking for Tom Kavanagh, but just went over his head. An opportunity for the Bridge to build again, and they're taking it quick because they want to get on with this. It's going to be tough to get scores here tonight, so any opportunity they can. And again, it was Seamus O'Connell that gets that ball through. Now, a second opportunity, looks like for Rory Chaplin. He's going to put this wide. It's gone wide to the right and wide. And
these opportunities are hard to come by, yeah. And, he did well with his touch to gather it and break through the line. And just compose yourself to nail that shot. Yeah, Callum Phelan actually missed that one, and it's going to see how far the Eire pucker can go, and it's going to come all the way down here. What a take that is from Loftus. David Loftus, that is, and he finds Darren Maroney, and Darren Maroney has a small bit of space in front of him here. He's got Oisin Breen for company, but gets that ball off. Cleary! Oh, ball saved. Can they get it in? Oh, it's moving around everywhere, but Jack O'Halloran gets it away. Oh, my goodness, big moment,
it was a scramble.
Big moment, and in fairness to Eire, they went for the juggler. Maroney unselfishly popping the pass off to Cleary, and he went low and hard in conditions like he should. Good stop, and well done by the Bridge to smother the rebound and get it clear. A green flag home would be massive. I know it's stating the obvious, but it really would. That was a huge, huge moment.
Was, but if there's any goalkeeper that you'd put your house on, it'd be Mark Sheedy after the heroics he's pulled in the last couple of years. Actually, a noted scorer as well for the Sixmilebridge Intermediates this year, not to mind winning that All-Ireland in 2023. But made a crucial save in a night like this, and a dirty one that hits the ground. You just never know where it's going to go, but he did so well to get behind that one. Now, the Bridge on the attack, a relieved Bridge, it has to be said. It's Robert Loftus to try to get that underhand, but he just losing. It's an opportunity now for the Bridge. Another line ball.
Yeah, the last one they went short with, it didn't really work out. They did engineer an opportunity eventually with Rory Chaplin. This one, I'd imagine, be floating this right in on top of the goalkeeper. The conditions on, just drop this into the edge of the square. Any touch at all could end up in the net. Yeah,
could end up anywhere. Now, ball going in. This time it is Rory Chaplin. Oh, flashes across the goal.
He must have heard me from here.
Well, he did. He certainly didn't lack conviction anyway, but
quick
just lacked a bit of accuracy, and it's a quick puck out here. It's Rian Mulcahy getting it all the way down the wing. He's looking for Tom Kavanagh. Will he be able to keep it in? No, says Andy McMahon. And it's going to be an opportunity now for Sixmilebridge to build again. Very little between the sides so far, Derek, and maybe the conditions is a bit of a leveler, isn't it?
A complete leveler, Owen. Absolutely. It is all about adapting to the conditions, and whoever can, stay on their feet at the crucial moment. That's what it could come down to. One slip here or there. I hope it doesn't.
Dara Fitzgerald with the line ball. Doesn't get much purchase on it, and Tom Kavanagh has it. Man, the start of the Munster Club final there on Sunday in Thurles.
That's an Eire ball, 100%.
Yeah, well, he's giving it to Eire now. Andy. Does get it right eventually. Now, and it's going to be Niall Doyle, another of the Clare minors from this year. He's facing his teammate Jack O'Halloran there. He's looking for David Loftus, but he's going to have to go along with this one. It only gets as far as Dara Fitzgerald gets a little bit of a flick to it.
Yeah, looking for the option from this line ball. I know it's good coaching to play ball retention and work it through the lines, but on a night like this, that line ball should have been shoulders open, zip and send it into the edge of the square, just like Chaplin tried.
Yeah, give it welly. Now. Oh.
There's Andy is out. He's called over Fergal O'Brien here on, and
yeah, there's some sort of a spear tackle, I think, was going on.
No, I think he's just going to throw the ball in now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So underway here. It's a bit stop-start at the moment, but it's Eire. They look to have that ball, but no, they don't. Now Matty O'Halloran is fighting hard with that one inside there, and It's a real scramble. All of these are massive, massive moments in a game so tight. Only 1 point between the sides. Darragh Fitzgerald is right on the line here. A real rook of red and yellow. And it is the Bridge that come away with it. He's going to get a free. And invariably, if you come out of a rook,
you will get the free.
You will get the free. Callum Phelan that bursts out with that one.
Yeah, and they're big moments on, especially like we know what the score is. These are big moments to lift your energy. Give you more zip going for the next ball.
Yeah, and it's Darragh Fitzgerald that gets it right down in there. And again, it just looked like it's very hard to even keep your feet. Now, to mind, stay on
Got the advantage here on.
Yeah, well, he's going to get a shot here anyway, that's for sure. Daniel Chaplin, and he's going to get the free regardless. Had the shot, why wouldn't he? He gets the free, and Seamus O'Connell should be able to level up the tie at this stage. And we are just incessant rain here. You can see from the stand at the far side, nobody is sitting in the first 4 or 5 rows. Nobody is even willing to get their toes wet here because everyone is hugging each other over in the stand.
I wouldn't go as far as say they're hugging each other now. The Christmas spirit isn't that festive at the moment.
You never know.
You're forever an optimist on.
Body heat, Derek. Now, Seamus O'Connell does pot it, and it means that it is 2-2 here. 16 minutes gone. We're just into that second quarter, and it's not going to be a score fest, but it certainly is compelling action, that's for certain here, because every ball is really magnified and every rook has been fought for with dear life. Now, Darren Maroney tries to flick it beyond the half-back line of Sixmilebridge, but the ball is popping around the place, and it's Matty O'Halloran that comes out with it. Matty tries to find Freaker Bryn, but he's lost his footing, and his marker picks it up. That's Marco Cleary. He's not got a lot of time on it. He gives it off to David Loftus. David Loftus back to Cleary. Cleary's going to have a pot. He's going to go short. What will Mark Sheedy do here? He just waits for that bounce, because on a night like this, you just don't know where it's going to go to, but he puts it right back into where the ball came from, which isn't the greatest of ideas. David Loftus picks it up, but he's unable to stay on his feet, and it's going to result in another ruck here. It's just a little bit more dangerous because there's a guy on the ground, but the ball is scrambled away. Again, it's that physical edge in the back line that has the Bridge have the ball. Jack O'Halloran bursting out with it. He gets that ball off, and look at that bit of pace here from Callum Phelan. Callum Phelan has 2 men inside him. One of his brothers, Zach. This one gets it off to Rory Chaplin. Chaplin now trying to get into the corner to Daniel Chaplin, but oh, look at this, he's well marshalled, and it's Robert Loftus. He's just sweeping up everywhere in his back line. Managed to get the ball back, and it's going to be a real good ball down there from Killian Maroney. He was trying to find his brother Darren, and just didn't come to pass there, but Darren does have it now, and Darren's on the run. He's past the 65. He's certainly got pace, that's for certain. He's got beyond the 45. He's going to have a shot. I thought he was going to get the advantage, but he didn't, and it's going to go wide. And I don't know, Derek. I thought that was.
You're going soft, no free at all. What game are you watching? No, in fairness, lovely injection pace from Maroney, and correct. I believe Fergal O'Brien just let him off, and yeah. It's a contact sport on.
Yeah, look, it's one of those evenings that you can't really blow for everything, because technically a lot of things are fouls, but we'd never have any contest at all if we were to.
It's a foul even for you to be here with me in this weather.
Yeah, but as long as there's no foul language, that's what we're looking for. That's the main thing here this evening.
It's okay, it's Christmas.
Now, here is Conor Perrell. Perrell getting it down to the corner, and he's looking for Cleary again.
Oh, great hands on.
They've cleaned out the inside line. There's only 2 men inside there. One of those being Marco Cleary. He's got a little bit of work there, because again O'Brien is just right on him, and again he picks up that ball, and that's inspirational stuff from the Bridge, who get that ball away, and they get it completely clear now, because Mark Mullins gets it down towards Daniel Chaplin, but again it's Maroney that picks up the ball. Killian that's going to be a little bit over it. No, do you know what, Rian Mulcahy, I don't think judged that too right. He'd given up on it before it went out, but anyway, it is gone out. It's going to be
great tussle down there between Cleary and O'Brien, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely first touch from Cleary to get possession, but O'Brien just like a man mountain, like thou shalt not pass, and that's what it's going to come down to on a moment like that.
Yeah, well, and the moments like this, because Rory Chaplin has been a real expert in these line balls in the early parts of this game. Now he's looking for Callum Phelan, and Callum Phelan is a man that can take a score for certain. Oh, it's a little bit lower he was aiming this time. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it means that the ball is got away, and it's Keane Howard that gets it off there. Oh, but Eire can't secure possession, and a little bit of a scramble here, but they do manage to get it out eventually, and it's that man Robert Loftus again. Loftus getting it down. Look, there's only 2 men inside there, but O'Brien and Cleary right to the ball. This time O'Brien was first, but doesn't pick it up first time, and it's Marco Cleary. Cleary, oh, what a dispossession. What a disposition. This time by Matty O'Halloran, and Matty O'Halloran's going to win a free.
That's
and,
great
oh,
stuff.
My goodness,
that's great stuff. Look, we can't have highlight reel scores on a night like this. You're not going to get a magical Tony Kelly wonder goal, in conditions like this. But what you are going to get is two teams intent on getting to a county final, physical, standing up and being a man on a night like this, and that just epitomised it there. That exchange, both going at it.
Yeah, because every error at that stage, and it could be a certain goal at that stage. So, what great defending first from. Fico Bryn there a couple of minutes ago, and now from Matty O'Halloran, and Marco Cleary really playing his part there, and what a danger and an ever threat he is, and that's why he was so to the forefront of Eire's senior run as well. It's going to be another line ball. It's been a night of line balls.
Line balls and rucks.
If you're a line ball expert, you'd be loving this sort of an occasion. David Loftus making the run down the wing, but Eire aren't they do get it towards him, but it's not going to be immediately picked up by him because it's going to be that man, Matty O'Halloran, again. Matty does get it. Oh, that's a great piece of work there now from Rory Chaplin, and he gets it back there. But look who's there, because I don't think anyone is sitting on Robert Loftus, and he's picked up some amount of ball. But again, Mulcahy just kind of hesitated for a second, and almost allowed the bridge to get in there. And Conor Gilligan was almost in there for a second. But again,
wow,
the ball played down. O'Brien sliding in to get that ball, but it falls to James O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer still has it. It's Owen O'Regan, I should say. Owen O'Regan has it. O'Regan is bursting through. He's still going. He goes for the bat this time. It's not even gone. The ball is still
that's
in play.
brilliant stuff, on. And great refereeing. Let it go. Good stuff, Fergus.
I'm glad you're enjoying it anyway. It's Callum Phelan with the ball. He gets that ball out on the right wing. It's difficult all around here. And again, it was Jack O'Halloran. He has to just kind of steady himself. I don't know what kind of boots he is on, but he has to kind of slow himself down as he's getting to the ball. It's going to be, guess what? Another line ball, and it's going to be to the bridge this time.
Well, if I close my eyes, I'd know it's a line ball or a ruck. But look, you can't but admire the intensity on both teams there. And O'Brien and Cleary are just having a set to, they really are. I hope they're friends afterwards. But if Terence Fahey's watching, O'Brien is some stickler of a marker, isn't he?
He is, that's for certain. It's going to be Dara Fitzgerald that takes this one from the bridge. He's about just within his own 65 at this stage, and just about gets it past to the other 65, and that's where it's slightly kept in, at least, that's for certain. But it's a ball that's away now, and it's Rory Chaplin, and Rory Chaplin has a little bit of ground in him, but he's got Darren Murray only for company, and that normally, and again he blows through over carrying. There's no messing around here.
Robert Loftus just held him up again, using all that senior experience on. Loftus pivotal here for Eire, Maroney and Cleary. It's that senior spine down the centre for Eire. And similarly, you've Matty O'Halloran and you've Jack O'Halloran and De Bruyne in the corner. It's while it isn't lighting up the scoreboard, it's definitely warming the heart.
Well, we could do more warm in the heart. We could do warm in the hands here. It was before half time.
I'm not shaking your hand anyway. Forget about it.
23 minutes gone here. It's Reem Mulcahy. It's going to get a ball right down into the mix. This could be a big one because Dave it had to be saved. It had to be saved by Mark Sheedy. Don't think it touched anyone. David Loftus looked to be underneath it. Didn't get it, and the ball just kind of snuck through to Sheedy, but managed to slip wide.
Reflexes on.
Could have gone absolutely anywhere, but the ball is back in play. Eire's fifth wide. Here we go, because this ball is immediately passed down the other side here, and that's where Daniel Chaplin is. Daniel Chaplin keeps it in. Everyone's hugging the sideline here. Now there's no room to get that ball secured here in possession, and it's Robert Loftus that gets that ball away again. Oh, it's James O'Dwyer that this time has it, and James O'Dwyer is running out of options here.
Definitely steps on. More steps than a Fitbit there. I was counting them. I lost count.
Yeah, he just couldn't make the decision in time. Just a little bit slow on the
decision making. Massive moments are going the bridge ways though, and that's 2 saves from Sheedy, and that one, although people didn't, it spun in front of him, bounced in the blink of an eye. It's all about reflexes. That's a huge save from Sheedy. They go down, they win this free, a chance to hit the front for the first time.
You have to
Big moments on.
You have to admire the water carrier there. He snuck in with the clean ball, and that makes all the difference in a night like this. Nobody watching, but Seamus O'Connell.
You were watching.
Is able to put it over. It's his third free. It's Sixmilebridge's third point, and it puts them into the lead for the very first time. It mightn't be much in the overall scheme of things, but in a game like this, a 1 point lead is a valuable asset. Now, what is another valuable asset of the Bridges full back line. That's Oisin Breen that brings out that ball. Breen gets it away to Matty O'Halloran, and Matty O'Halloran, they're willing to go through the lines here, even though it's not the greatest of weather. Now, that ball is breaking. Seamus O'Connell is going to be beaten to it by guess who? Robert Loftus. Robert Loftus is having the game here of his... And he's hurt. Unfortunately, that's a big worry for Eire here, because he's not a man that doesn't go down too easy, that's for certain, and he would be a huge loss here, having had a brilliant campaign for Eire seniors and only his second year at senior level. But here goes the ball, and it's gone right through. And can he get it? Niall Doyle has gone over the bar. He might have put the head down for the goal, but managed just to put it over the bar. And this year's minor gets his name on the scoreboard. He was in the full back line last time out. He's managed to get himself on the score sheet. 25 minutes gone. It's 3-3, Derek.
Yeah, best score of the game on. In fairness to him, lovely pick up. He ran through the centre, one-handed pick up into the lob, and there was no way he was going to miss. He just arrowed it, zipped it over the bar. Great score, and huge score for Eire to level the game, especially after they having the better of the goal opportunities. 3-3 now, and a couple of minutes to the break on.
Yeah, Mark Sheedy getting it out to Jack O'Halloran, and Mark Sheedy had to be told we're not stopping for time wasting. The clock will be stopped until you get it going, and he certainly did. He got it moving again. Now Eire on the attack again, and it's that man Loftus again, and he wins a free again. Or does he? It's going the other way? No, it's going to be an
Eire one, yeah.
Robert Loftus winning the free. And could this be territory for Conor Pearl, you'd imagine, to come out and take this one? He's about just under inside the 65, when actually Owen O'Leary says you actually have to take it from the 65. So,
yeah, and I don't know, Owen O'Leary, he's keeping an eye on that towel. There might be a magic slitter in that towel.
No, well, you never know. I'd say you've all the tricks here. It's like Paul Daniels. You'll get a magic slitter from somewhere. If you're a ball carrying expert, you'll know how to get the fresh slitter in there. Now, Conor Pearl. It's a chance for Eire to go back into the lead for the third time in the contest. We're just nearing the break now. Every score could be vital. Coming up to the 27th minute. And that ball is just going to be inside the post. No, it's gone outside. And it's a sixth wide for Eire. They won't want to...
That's great puck up from Mark Sheedy.
Considering they've only got 3 points and 6 wides means it's a big miss so far. Now, ball back to Jack O'Halloran. Jack O'Halloran, his own 65, puts that ball in over the top. He's looking for... Oh, that's going to be a free out anyway. Rory Chaplin a little bit overly enthusiastic. And it's a chance then for Rian Mulcahy just to clear the danger. Actually, is Robert Loftus going to take this one? No, he leaves it.
I have to give Robert Loftus a chance there. He's doing everything. He's full-back, centre-back, midfield.
Well, he's going to
taking challenges, giving challenges.
He's going to clean the hurley, but he doesn't get the fresh slitter, so he's going to have to give this an old-style hickory. He's got 2 minutes to go to half-time. He goes for complete into space, but that's where Dara Fitzgerald looked to make it, but he's kind of slipped and he hesitated. Oh, but I don't know how he actually picked up that ball.
Paul Daniels stuff.
To look like something that Harry Potter would. He needed a 1 there to try and get that up, but Rory Chaplin crosses field. He's looking for Daniel Chaplin, and Fionn Hayes there that was inside there, and it's Chaplin that puts the head down.
Head down charge.
I don't know. Well, he's lucky he let that ball go, because I don't think he would have been pulled for over carrying. And again, another big ruck here. Who can win it? Who can get ahead before half time? Not knowing for the moment is Fergal O'Brien, because in fairness, he's tried to let the rooks develop as much as possible. We've had very little throw in balls.
In fairness to him, he has, and we've had several rooks.
So let's see who can come out with this one, because we're 90 seconds away from the end of normal time of the opening half. There wasn't really any injuries, so I doubt there'll be too much injury time, and I'm sure he'd be delighted to get back into the dressing room for a little bit of respite. It's going to be a free for Eire, and one last opportunity perhaps just to
launch this inch
ahead.
Yeah.
You have whatever breeze is there. You can see that from the way the rain has fallen, but it isn't a major factor in the game, let's be honest. While the rain is heavy, the wind isn't.
No, it's playing into the rain, though. It's difficult for the Bridge. Eire have that rain at their backs, and that is a factor more so than the wind on, and especially for the goalkeeper and the full back line here. If you can just drop this in right on the money and pull on. I do mean a good pull.
Yeah. Certainly Rian Mulcahy will have the distance here, you'd imagine. He's hit some real boomers for the seniors. So he's going to go from 2
additional minutes, so I'm being informed.
Great. And that means that there's just over 2 minutes then. So we're into the last minute of the half, and then 2 additional to come. So Rian Mulcahy is certainly taking his time with this one. Now, does give it absolute welly. And it's going to land right in there in the box. And I didn't think that Mark Sheedy saw it, but he certainly did at the last moment. Just stuck him out.
Oh, what a save.
How did that one come out? I don't even know who got that one out
what
there.
A save one.
Just complete reflex stuff. And it's Jack O'Halloran that comes away with it. But like, you just have to be ready as a goalkeeper for absolutely anything
that's remarkable.
that comes your way.
That's a remarkable save. I don't know how he even saw the first one.
Yeah.
And then the second one, the reflexes to actually get a hurley to it, but also to deflect it out from the danger zone in these conditions. Mark Sheedy, hats off. Or helmet off, whatever. Outstanding.
Yeah, and the ball is scrambling around again. It's a favourite thing. We just had another line ball, and could be in for another one here if Owen O'Regan is fighting hard for that ball inside there in that ruck, and again he tries to kick it out of the danger zone. It's going to be a free out for Sixmilebridge though. O'Regan just a little bit overly enthusiastic, and it's an opportunity to clear their lines again. Matty O'Halloran winning the free, and it's probably going to be the last action of the half. What's worrying here is that Mark Sheedy that's injured. He seems to be in a little bit of trouble, which is quite worrying for the Bridge.
That would be extremely worrying.
This isn't a time-wasting measure because they have a free. There's only a minute to go to half-time, so...
He's had one outstanding half for hurling for a goalkeeper in these conditions. 3 quite remarkable saves.
Yeah, and he doesn't go down too easy. He seems to be holding his ankle, which is a
4 actually saves, if you think about it. 4.
Yeah, quite worrying here because... he would be a major player, obviously an Ireland winner, and has that experience, able to guide the goal line, but also what an influence he's had in this opening half. Not only from the accuracy of the puck outs, but those really important reflex saves. But he is on the back on the feet. It's a little bit gingerly, that's for sure. But I suppose they just said to themselves, we have a minute to go to half time.
Get him into
the dressing room.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's assess a little bit better and hope that he's okay. And it's Jack O'Halloran's going to take this one now. Jack, younger brother of Matty, so there are 2 of them in the half back line. And ball breaks, and it's James O'Dwyer, and he gets that ball out to Loftus, and Loftus has it. Robert, that is. He looks for Tom Kavanagh. Tom Kavanagh is 65 metres out. He's certainly going to have the distance, and you can see that Sheedy's hobbling. He just managed to get the ball. Look, he's on one leg.
And he still catches it.
Oh, God. That he's down, actually, and he's holding his leg. I don't think he can continue the half, so if Eire could get the ball down here, there's nobody actually in the goal. And it's going to be a free for the Bridge, which is lucky enough because he can't even walk down there at this time.
No, and this will definitely be the last. We've gone 30 seconds over the 2 that was signalled for, so this will be the last puck. I'd imagine the Mark Sheedy, they will still take him into the dressing room. They aren't going to make a substitution right now on.
No, but there's a major conflab here between the Sixmilebridge management, and you wouldn't blame him because...
No, and you're saying just get the DPs, get the winter cream, holy water, whatever else is needed, and get it on him in the dressing room at half time.
Marcus medal, anything you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's see where we go. Tiger Balm, don't forget the Tiger Balm.
Look, whatever works.
Now, whatever works is that Seamus O'Connell here has an opportunity to just go in ahead at the break. It's 3-3. We're into the 3rd minute.
It's going to stay 3-3.
That's not going to go, but will it fall short? And it's just right there in the mix. It was Killian Maroney that was trying to get it out there. And Fergal O'Brien says, we're going to have no more. Bridge are looking for a free. It's going to finish 3-3 here at the break. Hasn't been the highest score in the games, clearly, but...
You're not at a soccer match now, in case you think it's 3-3.
Certainly it doesn't lack for intensity. An absolute compelling action from start to finish. We've had just a real battle. And you can see at half-time there, the big story is that Mark Sheedy, after making a number of saves, is just kind of moving a little bit gingerly to the dressing room, and be interested to see, will he make it out for the second half? Martin Conlon is going over to him just to make a look, but Derek, we knew it was going to be tough and tight and really probably going to be low scoring stuff here in that opening half, particularly with the conditions that were in it, but it's probably lived up to whatever expectations we could have had.
Look, you have to admire both teams for being out there. You know, you're in the middle of December here, winter, and this is a winter's night. And the effort that they're going in, the intensity, and they're trying to play hurling, they're trying to move it through the lines. you cannot fault effort. It is going to be low scoring. Like Ballygunner themselves wouldn't put on a scoring clinic in these conditions, you know. Like and
They probably would against an under-21 team.
Well, yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. But look, the big moments.
Defence is on top.
Yeah, the big moments though. You know, the Bridge have won the big battles because of Mark Sheedy. Eire literally could have had 3-4 goals. I know it's a double save, but it was remarkable goalkeeping from Sheedy. The Bridge surviving and hanging in there, and Eire looked the more potent team, especially if they get the ball to hand. But Freaker Brain and Mark Cleary, what a battle. Mark Sheedy with the saves. Robert Loftus giving a performance as well at centre back. Dara Moroney in midfield. It's all to play for one, and we could be a long, long night yet.
Yeah, well, hopefully not too long, because the weather isn't conducive to a long night out. And hopefully you hang in there for the second half. Have a look at the highlights, if there is many, and come back to us in the second half. But at the half time in the Clare under-21A hurling semi-final, it's Sixmilebridge 3 points, Eire 3 points.
To get in these conditions.
Now, O'Connell, as you could hear the damp slap of the slither, should be fairly in his range, absolutely. Goes straight over, and they're all,
You're forever an optimist, on.
Body heat, Derek. Now, Seamus O'Connell does pot it, and it means that it is the water carrier there. He snuck in with the clean ball, and that makes all the difference in a night like this. Nobody watching, but he's in only his second year at senior level. But here goes the ball, and it's gone right through. And can he get it? Niall Doyle is going over the bar.
Best
he might
score
have
of the
put
game.
the head down for the right in there in the box, and I didn't think
Mark
that Mark
Sheedy
Sheedy saw it, but
again.
he certainly did at the last moment. Just took him out.
Oh, what a
and how
save.
did that one come out? I don't even know who got that one out
What
there.
a save one.
Just The second half is about to start here for the Clare Under-21A Hurling semi-final. It's between Sixmilebridge and Eire. And you're not mistaken, the scoreline does read 3 points to 3. It is that kind of an evening. You do well to put a duck out in this weather at this stage. But Eire are back on the field, that's for certain. They're going to be against the conditions in the second half. But they do have plenty of the ball. The
wind is picking up. It's picking up on. I can see it's picking up.
The big story of the first half was not only where Mark Sheedy says, but he's after getting an injury before half time. So there's a big kind of a focus on whether he's going to come out for the second half, because his inclusion in the second half could be very, very vital going forward. So now we're ready to go, because Sixmilebridge are back out on the field, and
everyone's waiting to see is Mark Sheedy coming out.
Yeah, well, he's not first out anyway, that's for certain.
Still, there's no goalkeeper out at the moment, at all.
Yeah. Unless he's going to be wheeled in. Still no goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Not so certain what's going to happen here now. Going to play a fly goalkeeper for the second half.
Yeah, he can't. Well, is he going to throw the ball in? There's no goalkeeper.
Well, there's someone bringing hurleys anyway.
There is, but they want to bring a goalkeeper on.
But what they're doing is they're saying hold on. And I don't know if Fergal O'Brien's going to wait, to be totally honest. So they're going to try and stall things for a minute, and that would probably indicate that Sheedy is coming out. Here he comes, hop along. He's coming out, and he's going to resume his place for the second half. So crisis averted in terms for the Bridge. He's going to be patched up and sent on, and we're ready to go for the second half. And that ball is thrown in, and it's Darren Maroney that's immediately on the ball. Now, Michael Hennigan just in there at half-time. He gets his first touch, and the ball is played right down there. He was looking for Owen O'Regan, but he didn't catch it up first time, and it's an opportunity for the Bridge to break out. And what a break it is, because that's a superb run from the back. Through Mark Mullins.
Beautiful.
He gets that ball off, and there's an opportunity now for... it's just going to be held up there for the moment, and it was Conor Gilligan that was trying his best to get that ball out there, but look who it is. It's Darren Maroney, and there's that great sense of determination there, as is Niall Doyle. Two of them soldiers so well. And now, look at this for a scramble right in front of us here, and it's Conor Gilligan. Doesn't get a lot of ball on it, but he does get it out of the ruck for the moment. He gets it down towards Fionn Hayes. Ball scrambling away, and the ball's going to be kicked down into space. Now, can there be an opportunity here? Loftus doesn't pick it up first time, but manages to slide and does get that connection the second one, and it's a chance for Eire to break away. And this time it's David Loftus that gets that ball. He gets it down in towards the corner, and it's going to be met by Mark O'Cleary, but he doesn't pick it up first time either, and looks like Owen O'Regan here. Owen O'Regan has the ball. He's going to get that ball off. It's just a little bit overhit for James O'Dwyer, and it's an opportunity for Sixmilebridge to move away. The rain, if it was even believable, is actually getting worse out there. Looks like I can see Sil O'Connor here, the chairman, starting to build an ark at the far side. The rain is so heavy.
He's not having you on it anyway.
Holy God.
It is absolutely incredible, in fairness. How they're keeping their feet out there, let alone trying to play a game of hurling. Hats off to both teams on. You just would not want to be out there.
I can tell you one thing for certain. You wouldn't be taking your hat off tonight. This was certain. I don't give a damn who the hat's off for, because this is absolutely torrential.
It is, yeah.
It's almost biblical weather here. And but still there's an opportunity here for Rian Mulcahy. He's hitting it from halfway. Derek had a prediction of 10 points would win this game. 4 might win it now at this stage for certain, because with the way things are going, this is absolutely the most testing conditions you could ever have. But what can Mulcahy do with that one? It's going to be a little slightly off target, but the ball breaks around the box, and it could be very, very dangerous. A goal would be a huge purchase in a game like this, because it's so scrambly, so stop-start. Can they get the ball out of the ruck? It looks like Sixmilebridge have that ball for the moment at least, but they're still not able to get it away. There's a scramble after a scramble. There's ruck after ruck. They're going down. It's more like rugby game here at the moment. And there is going to be a line ball. Surprise, surprise. We've had a number of those.
You've done well on over there now to keep your eyes even on it, because, I mean, you do need actually wipers just to even look out to see. It is absolute. Biblical, I think you described it. I'm getting on Noah's Ark. That's what I'm doing.
Sil's Ark, I think, is what we're looking for. Now, Can Bridge get it out of there? No is the question, because he can only get it to his own 20-metre line, because it's just that incessant here at the moment. Now it's Dara Fitzgerald that has sliding his way out there. It's like, if you remember that in the 80s, there used to be a thing called It's a Knockout, where there was kind of water games.
I'm only 30 years of age.
When you go, hey, your beard is older than 30 years of age. And it's another free for...
And moved up.
Sixmilebridge. And again, it's descent that has brought the ball forward. It brings it forward to a very advantageous position. There's going to be for Seamus O'Connell to have a pop at this. He's taking it from halfway, and there's going to be a booking involved as well. And it's going to be Tareem Mulcahy. And
if I was reading, I would just walk away.
Dish out the cards too easily. No. So it must have been something said there. We're 4 minutes into the second half, and it is the first chance for Sixmilebridge to try and get on the scoreboard. Now,
I'd like to say the rain has eased, and it actually has, but it is still torrential.
Yeah, it is torrential. There's drill and everything going on here. Now, let's see how this one goes.
Looks on target on.
It is an absolute phenomenal score, that's for certain. And it does put the Bridge back into the lead, and it's a fantastic score, it must be said. And this time it was Rory Chaplin that got that one. So it was a great score, and an opportunity now for Sixmilebridge to go into the lead. And ball poked out immediately.
Lovely hands from Ronnie.
To build that play. Goes cross field. He's looking for David Loftus, and that's a great take. He's a man that's got a great paw on him. Gets it towards Hennigan. Michael Hennigan misses out, because that's where Callum Phelan is. And Callum Phelan, can he get it down here to the mix? It just passes Fionn Hayes there, but ball still scrambling inside. Picked up by the captain, Seamus O'Connell, but not able to secure it. And it's another ruck and another scramble and another opportunity here for Fionn Tracy to try and get that ball out. He gives it off to Robert Loftus, and Robert Loftus, not advisable to go across his own goal, but gives it off to Conor Pearl, and they do build. And this is real good patient stuff from Eire. Yet to score in the second half, but that's not going to be a big factor here for the moment, at least, because Darren Maroney is on the ball, and he's just passing the halfway line, makes a bit of space, tries to go into the corner to Mark O'Cleary. He had to control it with his knee, first of all, before he got into his hand, but he's just got Freakrow Bryn for company, managed to shake him off. Can he get a score as well?
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
It's a brilliant score. On the conditions that's in it, it was a brilliant score. We're 6 minutes into the second half, and it's 4 points apiece.
Fantastic.
And you couldn't have asked for a better tonic in this sort of conditions, that's for certain.
Lovely score the way he picked the ball up out over and took a lovely sidestep to beat the defender, bought himself the space, and then to have the composure and the accuracy in these conditions to fire it over. You know, we know how difficult scores are being, especially from play. That was a terrific score in any day. There's no Noah's Ark day.
Well, it's 4 points apiece. Mark O'Cleary has got 2 of those, and both of those being from play, which is huge considering all 4 of the Bridge scores have come from placed balls. Now, another line ball, and looks like it's going to be Reem Mulcahy that's going to take this one. He's had a good cinch of the towel. Not even the towel can be dry at this stage. It's just so bad an evening. And whoever comes through this will be damn relieved to come through it, because Eire Killamon are happily waiting the final on Sunday, and this will be an energy-sapping one on the legs, Derek. And if you're Eire after coming from Thurles and all that ensued and trying to chase shadows against Ballygunner to really tricky, tough underfoot conditions, this is a tough slog.
Oh, absolutely. Especially, as you said, the Ballygunner lads that played all of that, and the dual players out there. Look, it's just a war of attrition, and it's going to come down to these moments, who can get a free here or a free there, and I just hope it isn't a mistake on, because the one green flag will decide it. And you know, if it does go in and be a green flag, I hope it's a bullet and a match-winning goal rather than a match-winning mistake.
Well, you're dead right there, and it was Tom Kavanagh that wins that particular free. Again, Mulcahy goes to the towel, and it's an opportunity now to try and put it down in towards the mix here, because every score could be vital here, and he's certainly going to have a good bit of ball. He's definitely going to make it as far as James O'Dwyer, who was just outside, about 30 metres out from goal. So let's see how far he can reach this one. We're just 8 minutes gone in that second half, and he does put it down there, and it's right in that danger zone. And David Loftus looked to come out towards it, but James O'Dwyer has it. He gets it off there and gives it off to Mark O'Cleary, and Mark O'Cleary gets another score, and it's just
3 points from play in the conditions like this. Mark O'Cleary is delivering as Mark O'Cleary has delivered all year on the hurling field. What a prospect.
third point for Mark O'Cleary, and it does put Eire back into the ascendancy here. 5 points to 4. It's suddenly picked up. We only had 3 apiece in the opening half, and suddenly in the first 10 minutes of the second half, we've had 3 already. We should be delighted. We're celebrating that kind of a scoreline here so far. Here we go. It's Conor Pearl. It does get that ball off there. Ball is caught inside there. Look, he's hopping on one leg inside there. Mark Sheedy, but still manages to collect the ball and give it off to Darragh Fitzgerald, and it's just a remarkable feat here. Literally a man that's only able to stand on 1 foot. So the ball going inside here, and its ball has gone from end to end very quickly. It lands in the middle of a puddle, and Daniel Chaplin won't thank his teammates for delivering it there. Now David Loftus on the ball. He gets that ball down the wing. He is looking for Owen O'Regan. Owen O'Regan does a 360 of a slip, and that's going to be held up here. Looks like Luke Vaughan here coming on.
And the Bridge are going to make a double substitution too on, it looks like. So
yeah,
they'll be looking for an impact.
All the body's going to be needed here, because it's just that kind of an evening, you know. Really, really tough conditions.
Energy sapping on the legs. That ground is so heavy.
We have hit the 2/3 mark here. It's going to be Owen O'Regan that comes off here, and there's going to be a throw-in ball, and immediately it's Tom Kavanagh that's on it. Tom Kavanagh is going backwards, and he gets about a 3-yard hand pass to Conor Pearl. It was a real hospital ball. But look at that scramble. It's right in front of the Bridge dugout here, and every possession is magnified. Manny O'Halloran tries to burst out with it. His hurley went one way, the ball went the other. And it's going to be a line ball. Now, that
first line ball of the game on, is it?
That double substitution is on. And it's going to be Killian Murphy and Stephen Gavin that are going to come onto the field here, just at the 40-minute mark.
Yeah, Jack O'Halloran, number 12, I think, has made his way on.
Conor Gilligan and Fionn Hayes are coming off. So, double substitution there. Now, ball inside there, and it's Darragh Fitzgerald that has the ball. Is he going to win a free? No. Says Fergal O'Brien. Looked to be held there in the tackle, but managed to get the ball back up again. Fitzgerald goes with the boot, and everybody's looking for a line ball. There must be 35 line balls in this game so far. But everyone could matter. It's just a matter of making a small bit of ground here. It's really, really inch by inch that you win this game. They call it a game of inches. Well, tonight is certainly personifying that for certain. Now, Darragh Fitzgerald has it 41 minutes into the tie. It's 5 points to 4. He gets it about 7 yards. Ball goes over the line again. And you're just literally making ground. Just making your way up that line.
Ronan O'Gara style.
Yeah. No, but where is he going to plant the ball here? Because it's an absolute mudbat there.
Down on top of Owen O'Leary's foot.
Well, here we go, because Darragh Fitzgerald assesses his options. He's better to go down the line here. Doesn't get much of a purchase on it, but does get it to the new man in, who gets a bit of a... Stephen Gavin gets a bit of a flick. And Conor Pearl pushed right out over the line, but it's going to be another line ball. We're making ground. The Bridge are making their way up the line.
There are 3 line balls, 25 metres. That's an average of 8. 8 every possession.
Now, there's going to be at least a change of line ball taker, because Zach Phelan's going to take this one. Now, what can he do with it? Oh, now that's much more of a ball inside there. He is looking for Daniel Chaplin, and Daniel Chaplin, just for a second there, had a small bit of purchase, but look who has that ball again. Loftus coming out with that ball, and he's just been relentless. Gives it to Conor Pearl and gets it back again. He's taken a few steps here.
He has.
He just kind of took the steps when he probably should have taken a solo before he met those challenges, and it was a brilliant run, and in fairness to me, he didn't have to go for that run again, you know, because he could have stayed back and recharged the batteries, but got the ball back off Conor Pearl.
He doesn't know what recharge is, in fairness to him. He's been a huge force for Eire all year.
Yeah, he has, and a huge force for the Bridge in this game, and indeed this championship, is their captain, Seamus O'Connell. He's got 4 frees so far. This would be an opportunity to get, or he's got 3 frees so far, and it's an opportunity to get his 4th, and the Bridge's 5th point. If he can put this one over, we're just going to level the tie again. And
what you'd give for my 10-point prediction now?
Now, looks like, well, the management like it anyway, and they waved it wide. So it's not going to be a by shamey, I'm afraid.
No.
And it is.
Oh, risky sharp puck out. But
ball goes wide, and Loftus immediately just coolly moving it through and getting the ball back again, just moving that ball around. He really makes this team tick. He's there with his brother, David. And look at this, the Eire comfortable on the ball. They're 5 points to 4 up. And it's Eire are turned over, and they get that ball back again. And Darren Maroney, and look, he sees Michael Hennigan out here with a little bit of space, but in fairness to Dara Fitzgerald, he absolutely read that perfectly and has managed to get the ball down here to the wing. He's looking for Stephen
Look
Gavin.
at the energy of Maroney.
But Maroney's on it, and Maroney's lost it for a second, and Gavin has got the opportunity, and if he can win a free here, it would be a big one. But no, Maroney wins it back, and Maroney has got a man outside and wins the free.
A great character run. Like, he ran 40 yards, Maroney, to cover that ground. Didn't win it the first time. Showed the character again to get his body in the line. Win a free for Eire. They'd be delighted. They're a point up on, what are we, 15, 14 minutes left?
Yeah.
15 minutes left, a point up.
Yeah, well, we're coming towards the end of the third quarter. Don't adjust your strings. It is 5 points to 4. And it is Reem Mulcahy over this one. Now, what can he do with it? He's probably going to go straight down the line. He does that, that's for certain. Only gets as far as Callum Phelan that gets that ball back out there. And it's Darren Maroney that has the ball again. Gives it back to Loftus again. They're really, really measuring up well. He gets that ball down in towards the corner. And that's where Luke Vaughan is.
And won a free for himself.
Luke Vaughan has won a free. And this could be a big score, because for all our scores, and we've had a lot of them, no team has gone 2 points into the lead. So would be a huge score. Luke Vaughan just coming on as a sub, an inspired substitution for Niall O'Connor.
That's what you want from your sub. Win that dirty ball, engineer a free, a scoring opportunity now. And I'm sure Conor Pearl will take his time, stroll over, and this will put 2 between them on 6-4. It doesn't sound much in a normal occasion of hurling, but it's a massive score here tonight, because there hasn't been 2 between the teams the entirety of the contest.
There hasn't, and we won't jinx him either. We won't jinx him because
he's getting a new slitter.
He's trying to anyway, but it's not easy to do that manoeuvre when the referee is actually standing over.
I give the ref the towel. He needs to be dry too.
Yeah, Conor Pearl here. But look at this. David Loftus is making a run inside and nobody's marking him. And Dara Fitzgerald was a little bit late to react, but Conor Pearl wasn't really looking at the side option.
Yeah, I think it was a waste of a run. This is all about the execution of the free.
Well, on a night like this, there's no certainties. That's for absolute guaranteed, because you could not judge how the ball even come up on the hurley, but he does manage to put it over, and Conor Pearl,
you have little faith on,
puts Eire 6 points to 4 up, and immediately Mark Sheedy, on the one hoof he's got left,
one hoof,
he hit that one out, but he's going to have to hit it again, unfortunately. So Mark Sheedy's going to have to go again, and look at that, he's really, really in a lot of trouble there with that leg. And look at that, at a standing strike, he can get it down to the opposition 45. And what a great catch from Stephen Gavin. Gavin's got the ball, but doesn't get the connection really. Just a great pity, because he'd done all the hard work, but just didn't get the execution of the strike. And it's a Conor Pearl that has it again. He's in the back line. They're beginning to win all the rucks on. And they were the ones in the first half, to remember, that the Bridge were winning.
Yeah.
And they're certainly starting to pull away, and it's that man, Conor Pearl, again. He was taking it free a second ago. Now he was earning it. Gives it off, and it's Robert Loftus that gets that ball off. He finds Darren Maroney, and an orthodox strike. He looks for Tom Kavanagh. Tom Kavanagh in the middle of a puddle, missed out on that one. But Callum Phelan loses the ball in the tackle as well to Conor Pearl. And there's going to be an almighty scramble here, because that is a real puddle out there right on the 45-metre line. There's players throwing their bodies on the line here. Now, who's going to come out with the ball? It's Matty O'Halloran. Normally you win a free after coming out from these ones, but Matty is going to shrug off the challenge and get that ball up there to Seamus O'Connell. He's nearly had a saddle on him from Robert Loftus as he jumped up in the top of the back of him, but he doesn't get it away very far, and it's not often that he loses possession. And Fergal O'Brien says, I'm not going to fall for that one, particularly tonight. Michael Hennigan getting it right down into the corner. He's looking for Marco Cleary.
Look at the
Marco
pick up in
Cleary's
these
had a brilliant
conditions.
start to the second half. He's had 2 points. He took a bit of a tackle there, and in fairness to O'Brien, he stood his ground and gets that ball away. Jack O'Halloran getting the ball off, and suddenly there's a bit of life and a bit of a spark to this one. If that ball can get inside, but my God, Killian Maroney was very, very cool under pressure there. Managed to just shake off the tackle, and he's still going with that ball, and he gets it out. And will it go out over the line? No, Michael Hennigan keeps it in, and it's not advisable to go across that direction, but he's confident enough to give it to Tom Kavanagh. Comes to it's going to be a right scramble here because Jack O'Halloran is still on that ball. Now, ball breaking through. It's going to be Seamus O'Connell. He's going to win a free at a minimum, and that is the difference there. And I just don't think you should go across field with any ball tonight.
Not at all. Everything should be edge of the square one. Open the shoulders and let it rip. Just there's too much playing around with the ball. I know it's the modern way of the game, but tonight isn't a night for anything else except Route 1.
Yeah, this isn't the modern game, that's for certain.
No.
This is old style Fionn McCool hurling here. This is where Satanta earned his stripes.
And Fionn McCool, you'll get me sent off.
Now, let's see what the Cuchulainn of Sixmilebridge is going to do here, because Seamus O'Connell has an opportunity to cut it back to 1 again, and he does so. The hand went up.
He's
before
fourth.
He even had struck it over the bar. And now, with just entering the final 10 minutes, it's a little bit of a squeaky bum time because there's only a point between them. They won't want to go to extra time, that's for certain. And so, let's see what's going to happen in the next couple of minutes, because that's cool play here. Gets it across to Rian Mulcahy, and Rian Mulcahy just opens it up, but look where he hits it, right on top of Matthew O'Halloran, and Matthew O'Halloran has burst out. He's beaten 2 players.
It's a bit harsh.
Probably a bit harsh.
Bit harsh. He was just playing the slitter as he blew the whistle. Bit harsh.
Yeah, but it's going to be a free for a rogue, and who's going to take it? It's going to be Conor Pearl. It's going to have a pot at this, or is it going to be Rian Mulcahy? They're going to have a conversation for certain. And they have a bit of a handshake. And Connor says, I'll anoint you as being the free taker. Rian Mulcahy definitely has the distance. He hasn't scored so far, so has he got the accuracy is the big question here. We've entered the last 10 minutes of this tie. It's 6 points to 5. It's tantalisingly poised here as he's about to take a free from just inside the 65-metre line for Eire Rogue. It would be a huge boost to the club. It's been a disappointing end to the Munster Championship. Munster Championship, there's a new ball there. That's a very slick move there. So,
you're a master of the dark arts, Mr. Brennan.
Mine was more sledging. I love this kind of weather. This was certain. Now, here we go. Rian Mulcahy. Can he put 2 between them again? It would be a huge score at this stage of the game.
Looks good.
Going to go in.
Oh, no.
It came off the upright, I think, and just gone to the left and wide. And in a game like this, where every score could matter, it is a big miss at this time of the game. It's only a first wide of the second half for Eire Rogue. But Mark Sheedy, the one-legged Mark Sheedy, gets that ball out there. But look who it is. It's Loftus underneath that ball. Loftus gets it off to Tom Kavanagh. He tries to get it back to Darren Maroney. Was he fouled? Surely no, says Fergal O'Brien. You're going to have to draw blood to get a free tonight, because it's just absolutely helter-skelter over there. Every ball is fought for so hard. Getting that ball back there. Can you even pick up the ball in the conditions is the next thing. I'll tell you, the groundsmen will have some work to do to get
this
for sure back to any bit of order.
Closed from tomorrow on.
He's watching this game between his fingers at the moment. Well, anyway, we won't worry about that. If the bridge can come through it, he won't mind too much. But it's Eire Rogue in the ascendancy at the moment. Tom Kavanagh, he's going to have a shot at the post. It's going to drop short here for Luke Vaughan. The ball breaks to Marco Cleary. No, Fikra Britt has it. Here comes to Cleary. Oh, it's scrambled. Who's going to get on it? It's Luke Vaughan twists and turns, and oh my God, some massive last-ditch defending there from the bridge. They get that ball away. Wow. Just unbelievable stuff, and it's Fikra O'Brien that comes away with that ball.
Who else?
What a piece of play that was. They managed to clear the lines. It's inspirational stuff, but they cannot get it down there to a green or a blue and gold jersey, and it's Michael Hennigan that builds it again. It's off to David Loftus this time. David Loftus, oh, he had it, he lost it, he has it again. He's trying to get around his marker. He hand passes it to himself. Kelly get through. Is he going to win a free? No, he said there was a hand pass to himself.
Yeah.
He even fouled the hand pass to himself.
Oh,
My
and
God, that's a stickler in this weather.
what has gone? Where is the old-fashioned pull? When that ball broke a digital square,
Yeah.
everyone trying to pick it up,
Yeah.
open your shoulders, let it rip, take ball, man, and put it into the back of the net.
Yeah. Oh, it's easy knowing you're in a cosy van watching this game rather than being out there with your Hurley.
It's never cosy when you're beside me.
So Hurley absolutely hanging off. Your jersey is stuck to you. And there's your man. Why couldn't you just pull on the ball? Anyway, here we go. Ball into the mix. There's only a point between the teams, but it's Darren Maroney that comes away with it again, as he's done umpteen times in this game so far. And normally, the man off the shoulder is Michael Hennigan. Hennigan gets it right down to the corner where Mark O'Cleary is, but look who he has for company again. Fiacre Bryn has battled absolutely game all the way for him. And now it's a real scramble again. There's a right old ruck down here just in that left corner, but it is Matty O'Halloran that comes away with it. Another man that has just come out of ruck upon ruck. Gives off to Callum Phelan. He's overhit that hand pass. It comes to Robert Loftus. Loftus was half hooked, I thought. There.
Oh, it's the chance, Cleary.
Cleary. Can Cleary finish it? This to get to the final.
Penalty? No.
No, he's got it. He's got it a second chance. Cleary!
Oh.
He can't hit it. Oh, he fell over. It's not gone yet, though. The ball is still inside there. It could go anywhere at this stage. There could be even a scrum over the line. At this stage, Sheedy's inside there. He's scrambling with the ball. And
The Bridge
Jack
come out with
O'Halloran has it. Jack O'Halloran is bursting down the wing. He's going to come out with the ball. We're into the 55th minute of the tie. Can they get a scramble? They're after getting a huge boost by getting over the line there. Mark O'Cleary looked to have game, set and match for Eire, but the ball is still alive. The game is still alive. And we're just about alive here as we're into the last 5 minutes of this game. There's everything on the line. Stephen Gavin trying to get his hands on the ball. Conor Pearl battling for every ball. Can they get away with this one? Even to take your breath for a minute would be a help. The ball. Fionn Tracy doesn't collect it first time. He's got Daniel Chaplin for company. He can barely move the legs to try and get away. But here go Eire. And it's Michael Hennigan right down here with the only bit of grass that's on the ground. He tried to go onto the right side, but not able to do so. And now it's Luke Vaughan. Luke Vaughan getting it back to David Loftus. Loftus gives that ball inside to Darren Maroney, and Darren Maroney is going to be met by Oisin Breen, but Maroney's going to be able to get it now because Breen has slipped at the vital time. Maroney's got the pins to get away from this one, but he's lost his hurley. And now he gets that ball inside to James O'Dwyer. He's going to kick it inside. Maroney obviously a great dual player, but the ball is pinging around like it's table tennis inside there. It can go anywhere at this stage. Where is the ball going to go? It's Jack O'Halloran again. He's come out with some about the ball and gets it off to his older brother Matty. Matty can't get in there. The ball is still scrambling around. And look who it is now. It's Rory Chaplin gets it. Back to Jack O'Halloran. Jack O'Halloran to Callum Phelan. They do get the ball down there. Can they get a score? No, Fionn Tracy cuts it out. And that was a vital one. Gets that ball off there to Jack Lynch, and he moved that ball to Killian Maroney that goes right down here into the corner. Now, can they get away? It's going to be Luke Vaughan. Oh, no, that's not Luke Vaughan.
Conor Pearl.
No, it's not Conor Pearl either. It's going to be James O'Dwyer.
James O'Dwyer.
And James O'Dwyer gets that score, and it's a vital one. What a passage of play we've had. You could barely draw a breath. It's the 56th minute. It's the first score in 7 minutes, but it's crucially gone Eire's way as James O'Dwyer gets one from the right corner.
All the resolute defending from the Bridge, and it really, really was on. I mean, there was several goal opportunities, and the Bridge heroic in defence, but on both times that they cleared their lines and managed to clear the ball down, they had no numbers down there. Eire at 4v2. Simple to get the ball back down, bring it to ground, played it up to the feet. Great score from Pearl. 2-up-1 with the clock ticking away. It's a massive, massive score for the Townies.
We're having a look at this now, and is it Daniel Chaplin that's going into the goals? Or what's going to go on here? Because there's no man came off there. It was Dylan Keogh that came onto the field.
He's coming off anyway.
Daniel Chaplin. Well, if he did come off, he's after taking the run in the length of the field to come off the field. Not really sure what they want, but Mark Sheedy obviously said, I want to play on. I want to see this one out. And can the Bridge see it out now because they're 2 points behind?
The rain has stopped on.
Actually
has stopped.
It hasn't really, Derek, I'll be honest. It's just that you can't see it anymore. Niall Doyle has the ball. Niall Doyle gets it back there to Fionn Tracy, and Fionn Tracy gets it right up there. Another score. There's never been 3 points between the teams. Tom Kavanagh has the ball. He's found a bit of space, and he's found a man inside. He's just got the point score from a minute ago. It's James O'Dwyer. James O'Dwyer has the ball. He gives it off on the right wing here. He's trying to find Reem Mulcahy. Reem Mulcahy goes into the corner. Now, the ball. Can he get it somewhere out of him? It's Mark O'Cleary, and Mark O'Cleary is still scrambling with the ball.
Maybe taking too many steps.
He's going to get a free out, and this game isn't quite over yet. We're into the
90
last
seconds.
90 seconds of this tie. There's 2 points between it.
Definitely.
It's 7 points to 5. It'll all depend on how many minutes we're going to get.
It's green flag territory on.
Fergal O'Brien.
You've only scored 5 times from frees, all from frees in 59 minutes. You're not going to get 2 points. They need a goal.
Well, they haven't had much of a goal chance either, it must be said. So, it's all on the line here. Their under 21 lives depend on the next couple of minutes. Oh, and that isn't the greatest of frees they've ever taken, but it does fall immediately to Jack O'Halloran. That's Jack O'Halloran Senior, I might add. Jack O'Halloran does get that ball down there, and there's an opportunity. He gets it off there. Now, look at this. He's going to win a free, is he? He is going to win a free. And that's a great one from
Do you put it
Rory
over?
Chaplin.
Owen? Do you put it over or do you drop it in?
Oh, I think you put it over.
It's a minute of normal time left. I suppose you have to try and put it over.
Seamus O'Connell. 3 minutes of additional time.
3 minutes, and we have 40 seconds of normal time. So there you go. Owen.
Loads of time.
220 seconds to get 2 points. You're forever an optimist.
Well, we haven't had too many up to this point, but
exactly.
But where there's life, there's hope.
There is.
And it's 7 points to 5.
Crossbar challenge this. This is what you want now, to just drop it right in on top of the bar.
Well, there's a couple of big hitters there for Eire in that back line. So the crowd are finally warming up anyway.
Well, he's definitely going for it because there's only 2 men inside.
Well, I tell you, it is not a bad one. It's coming right down there, and Loftus is underneath it. Loftus did very well. He watched it all the way, but there was no bridgeman inside and top of him on the line. So there was no hope of... That looked to be a little bit of a throw there. He got away with it. And it's Niall Doyle that gets the ball out to Loftus. He gives it on to Conor Pearl. Conor Pearl.
Oh, dangerous ball.
Lord God, that wasn't the greatest of balls. But you know what? Michael Hennigan made the best of it. So it's a bit of a scramble here. We're just inside the Eire half, and it's every possession is now magnified because we're into injury time. There's 2.5 minutes remaining in this game, and the ball is at the right side of the field if you're an Eire man, and the wrong side if you're a bridgeman.
And there's the free
he
on.
Smothered him. Mark O'Cleary had no opportunity to move there, and it's going to be a free in. It's going to be a Conor Pearl, and it will ensure that there's 3 points between the teams for the very first time in this game. And we're into the 31st minute now, 2 minutes of normal or for additional time remaining. So this is going to be a vital one. Can Eire get through to Sunday's under-21 final against Eire Kilnamona? It would be a nice old derby. Those out there in Chilassa, right on the border, will be licking their lips, but it's not over yet. 90 seconds to go. Conor Pearl has never dried up hurley in the ball as much in his life.
No, and he might take 90 seconds to actually hit it.
But I think Fergal O'Brien is kind of indicating that it doesn't matter. We'll all add it on at the end. There's no problem with that. Now, Conor Pearl is going to take this one. Now, the rain actually has stopped.
You're behind me on. I told you that 2 minutes ago.
Well, it hadn't stopped. It has actually stopped now, but it's too late because the game is over. Like, it's unbelievable stuff. He does put it over. The crowd will tell you exactly what happened there because it's 8 points to 5. The first time in this game that 3 points have separated the sides. And Eire are going to make sure there's another substitution here. It's Andrew McElwee coming on the field here for the last couple of minutes. He's coming on for David Loftus, who certainly gave a great shift. Now, Fiacre O'Brien gets it down to Dara Fitzgerald. Now, Dara Fitzgerald in the mix. It's not going to go as far as he would have liked, but There's a bit of a scramble there now. The ball going to be moved inside. And Dylan Keogh has it. It's his first meaningful touch. But look who got the ball off him. Robert Loftus. Can he win a free? Because he was certainly held up there in the tackle. Eire, get it out to the wing. It's Conor Pearl that has the ball. He hasn't got many in front of him. But he does have an immediate one right in front here. And that is James O'Dwyer. And James O'Dwyer gets that ball off to Tom Cavan. And Tom Cavan is going to win the ball for himself. But he doesn't do enough to get it over the Bridge defence, who somehow get it up there to Roisin Breen, but it's going to be a bit of a scramble, and it's Darren Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald gives it down here to Gavin, and Gavin has a bit of room. He didn't think too much about it, he just put it down the mix. And is there anyone inside there? Oh my goodness! Oh, the ball just flicked. Honest to God, that could have gone anywhere.
Anywhere. Absolutely anywhere.
And what a ball from Stephen Gavin with in over the top. That's nearly time up. Is that the last action for the Bridge? Is it the last
I
hope
think so.
of trying to scramble this game? Have Eire done enough to survive this one?
I think he'll blow it on.
Now, ball is going to come out here over the line for the 74th line ball.
That was
of this
instructed
game.
from the management to put that puck out there. So,
Well, sure, look.
I mean, this line ball ends up at the edge of the square here. It's all or nothing now.
It certainly is. Now, ball
they've
down
gone
there.
to the
Killian
corner.
Murphy, they're going to the corner where Dylan Keogh is. Can he get the ball in there? We've played 4 minutes of additional time now, and it is over because Eire are through to the Clare Under-21 Final A for 2025. They're going to be playing Eire Kilnamona in Gerteen at 1:30 on Sunday after coming through what can only be described, Derek, as an absolute mammoth semi-final. It took real fortitude to get through that one.
Absolutely. Look, immense character. Deserving winners too, let's be honest about it. Mark Sheedy with a couple of outstanding saves. Bridge didn't score from play. Rogue did 5 times. I think I have 5 scores from play. In conditions like that when your opponents didn't score at all from play. And their fortitude, their resolve, their running, Robert Loftus, Maroney, Mark O'Cleary, their big players all stood up. Deserving winners, and they can look forward to Sunday's showdown with Eire Kilnamona.
Yeah, and it was that second half. You know, the Bridge were winning all those rucks in the first half. It seemed to be that way anyway. They were winning the big moments. They were coming out with it, and they had to playing against the conditions. But Eire did equally so in the second half, and they got the scores to match up that fortitude.
They did in the second half. They really did. And they stuck to their game plan. You have to admire it. Like, they kept working the ball through the lines. They always looked for the runners off the shoulders. They kept popping it into space, and they just kept at it. And it's been their mantra all year as a club, and their journey continues. They're in the football decider, the B grade. They're in this A decider, and sure, they had the 2 senior trophies already in the cabinet. It's been quite a year for Eire, and they will face a very, very strong side Sunday, but who knows what the weather will be like, who knows what the game will bring itself.
Well, the most important thing is they get there, and you can watch those 2 finals on Stream Sport. There's going to be the Under-21A Hurling Championship final on Sunday in Gerteen at 1:30. Eire Kilnamona and Eire. And then on the following Wednesday, back in Gerteen, if Gerteen is still playable, you're going to have the Under-21B football final between Eire once more and Cracklow at 8 p.m. A lot more to look at in Stream Sport, but this was an absolute dogfight here in O'Garney Park and Sixmilebridge, but it was all the result that matters, and it was Eire that came through that one. 8 points to 5. They're going to meet Eire Kilnamona on Sunday, but they're going to have to recover in between. My thanks to Derek. Watch out for the Stream Sports and the highlights, but join us again on Sunday for that Under-21A final. Rian Mulcahy gets it down towards Mark O'Cleary, and Mark O'Cleary's already away from Pico. Oh, and that's going to be a good score, and it is, and it's Mark O'Cleary that opens
It's going to be hard to get in these conditions.
Now, O'Connell, you could hear the damp slap of the slither. Should be fairly in his range, absolutely. Straight over, and they're
You're forever an optimist on it.
Body heat, Derek. Now, Seamus O'Connell does pot it, and it means that it is 2 water carrier there. He snuck in with the clean ball, and that makes all the difference in a night like this. Nobody watching, but in only his second year at senior level. But here goes the ball, and it's gone right through. And can he get it? Niall Doyle is going over the bar.
Best
he might
score
have
of the
put
game.
the head down for the right in there in the box, and I didn't think
Mark
that Mark
Sheedy
Sheedy saw it, but he
again.
certainly did at the last moment. Just took him out.
Oh, what a
and how
save.
did that one come out? I don't even know who got that one out
What
there.
a save.
Let's see how this one goes.
Looks on target on.
It is an absolute phenomenal score. To control it with his knee, first of all, before he got into his hand, but he's just got Freak up in for company, manages to shake him off. Can he get a score as well?
That's brilliant. That's brilliant,
it's a
John.
brilliant. He does put it down there, and it's right in that danger zone. And David Loftus looked to come out towards it, but James Dwyer has it. He gets it off there and gives it off to Marco Cleary. And you could not judge how the ball even come up on the hurley, but he does manage to put it over. And Conor Pearl has an opportunity to cut it back to one again. And he does so. The hand went up.
He's fourth.
Down here into the corner. Now, can they get away? It's going to be Luke Vaughan. No, that's not Luke Vaughan.
Conor Pearl.
No, it's not Conor Pearl either. It's going to be James O'Dwyer.